All right, looks like I'm back live again. It's 4-1 Jaguars. I had to reset everything. I'm not sure what happened. All right, here's Rundio up to bat, and he gets a hit there to the shortstop. All right, Evan Forbush up to bat now. I think Elsas Sykes, I can't see the number if it's a 2 or a 5. I think it's Sykes. Somebody's running for Rundio, and Forbush is on up to bat. Throw back there to first, and it's Sykes, I think. He's safe. This fence is killing me here. All right, here's the pitch to home plate. Contact made right side. It's going to drop, and it's going to be a base hit for Forbush. Sykes running to third, Forbush running to second, and that's going to be a double there for Forbush. So it's not top of the first, it's actually top of the fourth. And we got a man on second and third. Up to bat now is Brendan Cruz. Ball one, I think. Brendan Cruz looking for his first hit of the game here. He's capable of it. Contact, right side is way up in the air. The right fielder's underneath it. He's going to catch it. Sykes is tagging up, moving to home, and he's going to be safe at home, and the runner on second is going to advance. Elsas, I believe, was filling in there for Forbush on the bases. So Elsas is safe there at third, and the Wildcats going to score a run here. So 4-2 here. And Caden Fry up to bat. Man on third, one out. Big swing and a strike one. 0-1 is the count. All right, contact. Center field, he's going to catch it. Runner tags and gets the score at home. That's Elsas running home. He's filling in for Forbush. Fry gets the RBI sacrifice fly there. So 2 outs here. 2 outs. Nobody on base, and the Wildcats are now at another one here. Jaguars still up 4-3. Up now is Sykes. He gets it left side, picked up by the shortstop, and it's overthrown, and Sykes making his way to second base, so he's going to get a single and an extra base on the throw. Dilly up to bat. We got a man on second. Kellen Dilly up to bat. Sykes is on second base. 4-3 Jags. Pitcher with the throw, it's high. It's going to be ball one for Dilly. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Drops down, swinging. Strike one. 1-1 is the count here for Dilly. Here's the pitch. Swung on and a miss. Strike two. 1-2 here for Dilly. Sykes in motion there at second base. We got 2 outs, 2 strikes. Look for Sykes to be moving here. Time is called by the umpire. Dilly steps back in the box. Pitcher gets set, looks back, throws, curveball, and Dilly's going to turn it to the right side. It's going to drop for a base hit. Sykes going in, and he might be caught in a pickle here. Come on, Sykes, you could do it. And he's going to be tagged out there in the pickle. That's all right. Good attempt by Sykes. He almost had it if he would have maybe not held up a little bit. But, hey, we're learning here with the JVB team. So that's going to be out number 3. Some more damage done by the Wildcats as we get another one on the board, 4-3. All right, bottom of the 4th here. Rundio still on the mound. Here's the pitch. Strike one, looking. Pitch number 2, contact made left side. Shortstop's going to pick it up, throw to first, is in time for an out. Out number 1. Great job by the Wildcats. That's a 6-3 play there. And I can't see who's playing short because it's too far away. Swing and a miss. Strike one with 1 out. 2, Elsas is playing short. That was a good play by Elsas. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. And a nice grab Inside pitch is called a strike. I like that. Caden Fry is on first base with a nice grab to get that first out. Here's the pitch, contact made, and that's going to be a foul ball. He stays alive. 1-2 is the count. Rundio on the mound. He throws it, and foul ball. He stays alive. Here's the pitch. Contact made into center field, short center field, but our right fielder's going to catch it, and that's Gabe Harm in right field with the grab. Rundio in motion, 2 outs here. Low, ball 1. Rundio doing a fine job here on the mound to keep them at bay. They got 4 runs in, but Rundio's settling in nicely now. There's the pitch, swing and a miss, and what a great pitch that was. A little change-up action there for Rundio. Rundio in motion, pitch outside, ball. 2-1 is the count. Contact made, left side, foul ball. 2-2 is the count here. Here's the pitch. Middle infield drops, and it's going to be a base hit there for the Jaguars. 2 out single there. Here's the pitch. Rundio's going to hit him. Dead ball. And they got runners on first and second. 2 outs here. Number 4 up to bat. Coach Perez coming in to talk to Rundio. Braylon Bowman's walking up there, but Perez is holding him off. So he's just talking to Rundio. Oh, and they're doing the national anthem there at the stadium, so we're going to pause for the national anthem. I don't think my mic can pick that up here. But hey, while I have your guys' attention, don't forget tomorrow is Spirit Night for the Davidson Wildcat baseball team, BB Bop. Go to BB Bop, and 20% goes back to the Davidson baseball organization. And then this Saturday night is Wildcat Western, 8 p.m. Saturday, featuring Sean Prather, and that's at Nasty's Sports Bar. So check that out as well. All right, bottom of the 4th, 2 outs, man on first and second. Jaguars up 4-3. Rundio on the mound. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. Strike one. Here's the pitch. Swinging. Strike two. And here's the throw. Contact made right side. And it's going to be foul ball. Number 4 for the Jaguars stays alive here. 0-2 count. 2 outs. Man on first and second. 4-3 Jaguars. Rundio looks back, looks to home, throws home, outside, ball 1. It's all right. Make him work. Make that batter work. He's got some balls to give here. Here's the throw outside again. 2-2 is the count now. And the throw right down the middle is called strike 3 looking. Way to go, Dylan! All right, that ends the inning. Dylan Rundio with the strikeout. I didn't get the replay. I got to think of these things. I'm getting better. All right, top of the 5th, and we got the top of our order here. Haupt, Stessner, Ivy up to bat. Haupt and Stessner play on the same summer travel team. They're used to playing with each other here. And it's kind of how they are in the order on the Panthers as well. Haupt with the lead off, and Stessner follow him up either second or third batter. Sass is our first base coach, running over to first. All right, Dylan Haupt up to bat, looking for his first hit. He got a pop to left field last time up. All right, Dylan Haupt steps in the box. Pitcher gets his sign here. He's in the windup. Curve ball curved in for a strike looking. 0-1 is the count. No outs. 4-3 Jags. Top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 1. 1-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch here for Dylan Haupt. Curveball, he makes contact with it. Battle in there to try to stay alive. 1-2 is the count. Haupt getting ready for the next pitch here. Here it is. Makes contact. Looked like it was a curveball, curving away. And Haupt stays alive, man. If anybody knows how to battle at the plate, it's Dylan Haupt. And he can get it done. He can also get on base, so I'd like to see that happen here. Here's the pitch. And, ooh, high. That was a close one. Dylan, he's got a tough strike zone. So 2-2 is the count here for Dylan. Wind up, pitch, another high, full count. So way to battle back, Dylan Haupt. Back from an 0-2 up to full count. You still got to be protecting and still be aggressive here. Here's the pitch. Curveball, he chops it to the left side, shortstop sprinting to first base, and it's going to be in time for out number 1. It's a 5-3, 1 out. Sorry, 5-3 meaning third base, first base. Jags up 4-3. Stessner up to bat. Last time up, he got a single left side. He got a single RBI. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Smacks at it. Line drive. Right side center field, and that's going back to the fence. Stessner running to second base now. He's going to third. Throw is coming in. He's going to third. And he is sliding and down at third base, and Stessner gonna get a triple there, and that's exactly what I know Stessner to do. And great job by Mason to get that triple all the way back by the fence. All right, one out here. Stessner threatening to tie it up here, and up next is going to be Cash Ivy, and I can feel it. He's got RBI written on his bat. Here we go. Pitch low and away, and they gave him a quick look there at first base. Stessner on third in motion, making that pitcher sweat a little bit. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. 1-1 is the count here for Cash Ivy. Cash looking for his first hit. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swung on, miss, thrown back to third, and he is safe at third with the throw. You got to get down, Mason. You got to get down. 1 ball, 2 strikes here for Ivy. He's got the RBI bat. Let's see it. Here's the pitch. Oh, low, or just outside here. 2-2 for Ivy. Pitcher outside, full count for Cash Ivy. Still got to protect. Anything close, you got to go for it. Here's the throw to home, swung on, fouled off. He stays alive, and that was a good ball to hit out there, or to hit foul, because it was coming up center. Cash Ivy with a full count here. Wind up and pitch. Oh, and they're going to call it strike 3. It was a curve ball. It was coming in straight and then curved away. But he's going to strike out looking. All right, first pitch. Ball. This is still in Rundio. Second pitch, swung on and miss. 1-1. Here's the windup and the pitch, low in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-1. They tried to get Stessner back and they overthrew it. And he's going to score a run to tie it up here. 4-4. Top of the 5th. 2 outs and a ball thrown away. They try to pick him off at third. Stessner has a knack for irritating the pitcher and the catcher when he's on base. And the catcher threw it to third to try to get him out, and the third baseman just couldn't hang on to it. It passes, and Stessner gets a run in. Pitch high is going to be 3-1 is the count, I think. There might be one I'm missing here. Here's the pitch, high. And that should be ball 4. Full count, 3-2, okay. Full count here for Rundio. Nobody on. There's the pitch. Rundio fouling it back near me. And it's lodged in a tree there. Stays alive, full count. All right, here's the pitch. Contact made, left side. Third baseman picks it up, throws to first for out number 3. All right, bottom of the 5th inning next.
It's lodged in the tree right there. It's like in the tree.
All right, I'll be back. I got to find the ball. All right, here we go. Braylon Bowman pitching now, in for Rundio, who did actually a fine job on the mound. We're tied up at 4 apiece. Oh, I think I got a replay of Mason's triple there. As he slides there into third base. Good job by Mason. And getting home to score a run, too, was pretty clutch. So I don't, you know, when pitchers warm up and they do their little hand motions to signal to the catcher what they're throwing, I got to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of that. You're warming up and the opposite team is watching you warm up. So you're like telling them, I'm going to throw a curveball, and you throw them your curveball, and then they see it. You know, I'm all for just warm up with some fastballs and don't worry about it, and then don't show them the curveball. I don't know why kids do that these days. All of them do that. First pitch is in the dirt for ball one, but if I could start a campaign to stop all pitchers from doing that, broadcasting what they're doing. Here's pitch number 2. Is fouled off. 1-1 is the count. Bottom of the 5th, 4-4 here. We got a good one. By the way, if the game keeps going to 7 o'clock, I got to jump out of here, so I might have to end the broadcast a bit early. All right, here's Bowman with the pitch. Contact made left side. Shortstop is going to pick it up. Nice throw there to Fry, and he jumps in the air to get it out at first. I picked the wrong replay. All right, first pitch is a ball. Bowman on the mound. Ivy catching there. Pitch, and it's going to hit him. Hit by pitch with 1 out here. Bottom of the 5th. Cole Bennett up to bat for the Jaguars. Here's the pitch. Contact made left side, or third baseman throws it to second. He got him at first base. So that is Kellen Dilley on third base, and he is going to get the out. But the runner advances to second with 2 outs. And they got a left-hander up to bat, man on second. So good job by Dilley there. He wanted to throw it to second for a double play, but held up, and probably a good move. Ends up throwing it to first to Caden Fry, and Caden Fry snagging it for the out there, the second out. Strike called, 1-1. Here's the pitch, low inside, ball 2, 2-1. Bowman pitching. Fry on first, Haupt on second. Pitch, strike called. That's 2-2 count for Bowman on the mound. Here's the pitch. Curveball, and a nice curveball it was. It was strike 3, but it's going to get past Ivy for him to get on base. But it is technically a strikeout for Bowman, but now they got runners on the corners. So the Jaguars stay alive here, bottom of the 5th. Bowman on the mound. Here's the pitch. Strike called. 0-1, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Contact made, it's popped up, and our third baseman, Dilley, runs in, and the shortstop runs in. And that's Elsas. Elsas, our shortstop, is going to grab it out of the sky for out number 3. All right, top of the 6th, 4-4. We're all tied up. Next up for the Wildcats is going to be Forbush, Cruz, and then Caden Fry. Here's a replay. I think I got that. It catches it for out number 3. There's another play that I got. All right, we're all tied up here, top of the 6th inning. Wildcats up to bat. Pitchers warming up. And tomorrow we're all going to BB Bop for Spirit Night. 20% goes to the Davidson Wildcat Baseball Club. You got to show them a flyer or tell them about this. And then on Saturday, we're going to the Wildcat Western. Sean Prather playing at Nasty Sports Bar. All right, Evan Forbush up to bat. Top of the 6th inning. I think I'm doing a pretty good job of getting all the guys' names now. My problem is I can't, I'm looking into the sun first off. I can't see their numbers, but I can tell you that Evan Forbush is up to bat. All right, Forbush here, taking the first pitch of the inning. It's low and away, ball 1. Here's pitch number 2. Contact made by Forbush to the shortstop. He's running to first. It's in the dirt. He does pick it up, and it's waved off. He bobbled the ball, and so Forbush is going to get a single. Nice job, Evan Forbush. Puts it in play and gets a single. All right, next up is Brendan Cruz, and this kid can hit. So we got no outs, a man on first. What, does it say 1 out? I can't see. All right, strike 1. We got a fill-in runner for Forbush on first. I'll tell you who it is. As Brendan Cruz fouls it back for strike 2. On base, it looks like Elsas filling in for Forbush. Cruz, 0-2 is the count. No outs here. Here's the pitch, way outside. And Elsas running to second. He's up as the ball was way high and it just popped out and he was able to get in there. So Elsas is on second base now and Cruz up to bat. Cruz, he's good at getting on base. He's had a pretty good year, I think. So he's got an RBI right on his bat. Let's see it. Let's see him hit that. Contact made on the right sideline, and it's a foul ball. Too bad. He stays alive, though. Straighten that. It was just missed foul, man. Elsas on second, in motion. Nobody really holding him on. He's doing the dance with the shortstop. Cruz in the box. Pitcher gets set. Throws home. It's high and away. I think it's 2-2. 2-2 is the count. 2-2 for Cruz with no outs here, top of the 6th. Here's the pitch. And he nails it to the right side, and it's going to drop and get past the right fielder for at least a double here. Elsas running home, and it's under the fence, so he's going to call it a double for being stuck under the fence. It better be stuck under that fence because he was turning for 3. So it's going to be a double, ground rule double here for Cruz. I told you, you guys got to listen to me. I tell you all the time who's going to do what, and I told you he was going to get that RBI. He's got RBI written on his bat, so he's going to hit in Elsas there. Forbush getting a single, Elsas filling in for him. All right, Caden Fry, well, we got a substitution now. Up to bat. We got somebody filling in here for Caden Fry. Can't see his number here. I think, it's Robbie Troll is up to bat. This is Troll's first time up this game, and he's got a runner on second with no outs. So perfect situation for Troll to really shine here. Here's the pitch. Swung on and the strike 1. Oops, I didn't update my thing here. We got 5-4 Wildcats. Man on second with a strike. Here's the pitch, low and away, but it's called a strike. It probably hit the corner of that that strike zone with that curveball. So 0-2 is the count for Troll. Here's the pitch. Contact made. It's popped up left side. Cruz goes back to second base, and it's going to be a pop out for Troll. It was a pop out to 3. I'm sorry, 5. So 1 out here with Palmer Sykes up next. Last time up, he got a single on, yes, a single and then got out on base. Here's the pitch, low and away in the dirt. Ball 1. 1 out. Cruz is running, strike, swinging, he's down, and he's safe. He got under the tag. So Brendan Cruz with a stolen base, and he gets up. Here, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that again here. Did I get it? He slides into third base, and he is safe. Cruz with the stolen base. Wildcats looking to add on here. We got 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swung on, strike 2 here for Palmer Sykes. Palmer's got two singles today and scoring once. Here's the pitch way outside. It's 2-2 is the count here. Pitcher in motion, throws it, swing and a miss, and that's going to be out number 2. All right, up next, Kellen Dilly. He singled his last time up, so let's see if he can do the same here. 2 outs, man on third base, strike called here for Dilly. Here's the pitch. Low and away, ball 1, 1-1 is the count. Here's the pitch right down the middle. Contact made. It's hit in the center field. Center fielder moving, and he's going to snag it for out number 3. All right. Well, next up is bottom of the 6th inning. Jaguars up to bat, and then we'll go to the 7th inning after that. Bottom of the 6th. Bowman on the mound here. Looks like the same personnel. We got Dilly on 3rd. Haupt, second base. Elsas at short. Fry on 1st. Ivy catching. Stessner left field. Harm in right field. And probably Cruz in center field. All right, here's the first batter. Bowman pitching. First pitch is popped up. Shortstop Elsas is going to snag it for out number 1. Nice job, Elsas. Bowman on the mound. One out here, bottom of the 6th inning. We play 7 innings. That was a nice curveball, but it didn't curve enough in the zone to get the strike. Bowman with his windup, and here's the pitch. Strike is called, 1-1. Here's the pitch from Bowman. Tipped, strike 2. 1-2 is the count, 1 out. Wildcats up 5-4 here, bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch from Bowman, and he's going to hit him. Oh, right, he hit him. Nope. 2-2 is a ball. Couldn't really say, I guess. All right, here's the 2-2 pitch for Bowman. Oh, low and away in the dirt. But he had one to give, so let's see the strikeout right here. Bowman in motion, throws it low and away, and he's going to walk. All right, 1 out here with a man on 1st. Wildcats up 5-4. Here's the pitch from Bowman. It's high, ball 1. Here's the pitch. Strike called. There you go. That was a nice little twister ball. I don't know what that was. Maybe a curve, but Gets the job done, 1-1 with 1 out and a man on first. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Low in the dirt. Runner advances to second. Ivy holds on to it. Two and 1 is the count here for Bowman. Here's the pitch. Strike 2, 2-2. Here's the pitch. Contact made, left field. Stessner running to try to get it, and it's caught by our center fielder, Brendan Cruz. So out number 2. Runner stays on second. So proper outfield etiquette, center fielder has the right of way. So if you're running for a ball and the center fielder calls you off, then you stand down. Here's the pitch. Bowman, swing and a miss, strike 1. 2 outs, man on second. Here's the pitch. Bowman inside, and it's a strike. 0-2 count, 2 outs, man on second base. Wildcats lead at 5-4 here. Bottom of the 6th. Bowman gets his sign, looks back at the runner, steps off, gets back on the mound, gets his sign, gets set, looks back. Here's the throw. High. Ball 1, 1-2. It was high. All right, Bowman with the pitch. It's down in the dirt. Ivy, he's going to hang on to it. Keeps the runner on second. Two and 2 is the count. Looks back at the runner, throws home, and strike 3 is called. That's going to end the inning, and what a great play there for Bowman to get the strikeout. Did I get the replay? Let's see it. There's the strike 3 called. Bowman doing a hell of a job here on the mound. Actually, both our pitchers, Rundio and Bowman, doing a heck of a job on the mound. So we head to the top of the 7th, and the Wildcats are up 5-4. We're going to have the top of the order. Houpt, Stessner, and Ivy are up next. As soon as this inning is over, I'm going to have to run out of here because I have some other place to be, but I'll keep trying to broadcast while I'm still here. So if you see me stop it down quick, now you know why. Perez goofing with his players over there. He's a good coach, doing a fine job this game with these guys, getting them ready for the higher level of play here at Davidson. All right, up first, Dylan Haupt. He's looking for his first hit of the game. He's a good ball player, and he manages to get on base when you need him to. So let's see what kind of damage he can do here. Top of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. Contact made, popped to center field, and he's going to snag it for out number 1. All right, Stessner up to bat. He's got a couple RBIs this game. Had a triple his last time up and a single the time up before that. So he's having a good game here. I'm proud of him. Pitcher having trouble figuring out what signs. There's the pitch. Curveball just inside. Ball number 1. All right, here's the windup and the pitch. Another curveball, but contact there by Stessner, and they're calling it a fair ball down the right-hand side, and that's going to be another hit for Mason Stessner, his 3rd hit of the game to right field. Single. All right, Cash Ivy up to bat, and he's got RBI written on his bat. Let's see if he can get Stessner home. First pitch, high, ball 1. Here's the pitch for Ivy. It's in the dirt, and it's pass ball. Stessner, he's going to run to second base and turn and look and maybe advance to third. Nope, he's going to hold up there. That's a ball and a stolen, or a base on a pass ball. So not necessarily a stolen base there for Stessner, but it would be a base on pass ball for all you baseball nerds. All right, pitcher gets set here. Here's the throw, contact made, and it's fouled back. 2-1 is the count for Ivy. Ivy looking for his first hit of the game, and now would be a good time to do it. Here's the throw. It's a curveball, and it's going to be a strike right in there. 2-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. Low and away. Full count here for Cash Ivy. Stessner in motion on second base. 1 out. Top of the 7th. We play 7 innings, so Jaguars will get their chance here. Here's the pitch. Low. Ball 4. A walk there for Ivy. Oh, we got Dylan Rundio up. And you know what that means. That means damage is about to happen here at Hilliard Bradley High School on the JV field. When you got Rundio up to bat, outfielders moving back. That kid can't move back any further. He's going to hit the fence. Rundio with a 1-out. Go ahead and swing. Here's the pitch. Rundio fouls it off. It was low, but Rundio was like, I want it. So he's going to chop it foul there. Ivy on first. Actually, I think Ivy might have gotten subbed out. Contact made right side. Rundio. He's going to get out, but he's going to advance the runners. So a ground out there for Rundio. Ground out to first base, but he advances the runners nicely. Forbush up to bat. He singled his last time up. And we got runners on second and third. Stessner, the leadoff runner here. Here's the pitch. Up the middle, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. Stessner scores, and Ivy stays at third base. So a nice 2-out single there for Forbush. And the Wildcats go up 6-4. We love this. This is great. Stessner scores. All right, here's the pitch now. It's runner going to second base. Let me fill you in here. So we had a substitution here for Forbush. Elsass came in to run for him. Cruz up to bat. It's going to be ball one. Strike one. 1-1 is the count. Elsass filling in for Forbush on second base. And Ivy on third. Foul. 1-2 is the count here for Brendan Cruz. Cruz got a double last time up. Here's the pitch. Way outside, but the catcher jumps up to snag it. 2-2 is the count. Six to 4. Wildcats are up. Last time playing the Jaguars, they beat us pretty handily. And now we're returning the favor. Well, at least, hopefully. Ivy on third in motion. Here's the pitch. Low swing. And a miss. And maybe it should have been strike three, but still strike two. Cruz up to bat. 2 outs here. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike three. Well, the Wildcats strike another one and get a 2-run difference there for the Jaguars. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and it all comes down to this. All right, Wildcats got to get 3 outs here. To walk away with a winner, but we got work to do out in the field. Bowman on the mound, still pitching. Ivy catching. Fry on first. Dylan Haupt on second. Elsass on third. I'm sorry, at short. Elsass at short. And Stessner in left field. Can't really tell who the outfielders are. Okay, 5 is Sykes. He's in center field. I cannot tell who's in right field. Meeting on the mound there for the Wildcats. We got to get 3 outs so we can go home. Dilly still on third there. Here's the pitch. Strike one called. Bowman, wind up, pitch, strike, curve ball. It curved in the zone and away, just hitting the edge. 0-2. Look for contact here. Pitch right down the middle, contact, popped it up to our shortstop, Elsas, for out number 1. One out, bottom of the 7th. Wildcats up 6-4. Here's the pitch. Curveball, chopped foul. 0-1 is the count. Bowman with the pitch, a nice pitch it was. It's chopped to second base. Dylan Haupt grabs it, throws it to first base. Fry gets it, and that's a second. Oh, that's a safe at first. Not sure what happened there, but I thought he was going to be out. But he's going to get a single. It looked close to me. All right, one out. Bottom of the 7th. We're up 6-4. Swing and a miss. Runner is going to second base. So strike one at home plate, and he is safe at second base. Cole Bennett up to bat here for the Jags. Here's the pitch. Ball 1, 1-1 is the count. Low in the dirt. Ivy grabs it, throws it to third base, and does not get a tag on the runner, so he's going to advance to third base. And it's going to be 2-1 for the count. Bowman in motion, throws home. Ball 3, 3-1 is the count. It's high, he's going to walk Cole Bennett. Cole Bennett's going to get a substitute runner there for the Jaguars, and number 20 is up to bat with one out and runners in the corners. Here's the pitch. Strike called. And the runner steals second there. Bowman on the mound, throwing it in. Strike called. 0-2 count. One out. Wildcats with a 2-run lead. They got 2 men on, bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch by Bowman, and it's fouled back. Batter stays alive here. 0-2. Can only afford 1 run to come in. Bowman steps off the mound there. 0-2 count, 1 out. Runners on second and third. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle, strike 3, swinging. And we got 2 outs here. Bottom of the 7th. Tying runs on base. And it all comes down to this number 16 for the Jaguars. Bowman doing a nice job striking that guy out. First pitch there. Fouled back. 0-1. Bowman back on the mound. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Oh, I thought it hit it. Oh, he's going to call it a strike. What's the count here? 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here for the Wildcats. 2 outs. We're up 6-4. They got 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled right side. He stays alive here. Bowman on the mound. Wind up, pitch, contact made, left side, shortstop. Elsas throws it. Oh, and he's safe at first base. Watch the runner on third. He gets a single. Yeah, that's a tough one. All right, 2 outs. Runners on the corner. The tying run is on third base. Number 8 up to bat here. We just need 1 more out. Bowman on the mound. Just let this guy steal. Bowman with the pitch. High. And he's going to steal. Ball 1. Here's the pitch. High and inside, ball 2. Bowman on the mound. Low, ball 3. There you go, strike 1, 3-1 is the count. For Bowman on the mound, runners on second and third, bottom of the 7th. Wildcats hanging on here by 1 run. We just need 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swung on, contact, left side, goes into left field. They're going to score a run and tie it up. All right, 6-6, tied up here in the 7th. And we're going to have a meeting at the mound. Perez talking to his team here, giving him some pump up words. We're tied up 6-6 here, bottom of the 7th. I'm supposed to be somewhere at 7:30, but I was almost going to be on time. All right, here we go. Bowman with the pitch. Fouled off. Left side. Strike one. Runners on the corners here. Here's the pitch. Away, 1-1. Bowman in motion. Runner going. Low ball 2. Runner advances to second, so runners on second and third base tied up 6 apiece. Here's the windup and the pitch. High. 3-1 is the count. Ball third base, throw to first, and he is safe, and that's a walk-off win there for the Jaguars. Well, thanks everybody for watching. It's a tough loss, and everyone's going to go back and look at the plays they missed on first base and realize they were out at first, and realize the game is not our game. It's the umps game today. So, all right, everybody, thanks for watching at home. I got to run. Bye-bye.